Did you know that there's a little toggle inside of you that determines how much money you'll earn? Its job is to regulate how comfortable you are with your current financial situation, and it directly impacts if you work harder or if you're slacking off. This is why most people have a linear financial situation their entire lives. Once their income reaches this threshold, their earning power plateaus. This is called a financial thermostat. And by the end of this video, you'll not only figure out why your financial life is the way it is, but you'll know what to do about it. Welcome to Alux, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. So, very much like a thermostat controls the temperature in a room, your financial thermostat optimizes your lifestyle. Let's say the thermostat in a room is set to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 21 degrees Celsius. If the temperature in the room is lower than that, the thermostat will get the system to blow in heat until it reaches 70 degrees. And it's the same if the temperature is higher. The system will blow in some cold air until it drops the temperature down to whatever the thermostat is set at. And believe it or not, it works the same way for your money. Every one of us has an internal financial thermostat that regulates how much money we're able to manage. Let's say your financial thermostat is set at $3,000 a month. When you earn less than that, you'll have drive, motivation, and ambition to get that $3,000 a month. Eventually, you'll reach it. That's your financial thermostat kicking itself into gear to get that designated room temperature. But this second part is even more crucial because this is what traps most people. Let's say you're now earning $5,000 a month, but your financial thermostat is still stuck at $3,000 a month. What happens is you'll slowly regress in your life. You'll slow down, you won't pay attention to the little things in the same way you used to, and it'll start to cost you. That's the thermostat lowering the temperature in the room until it returns you back to that $3,000 a month. In the words of Thanos, balanced, as all things should be. And your financial thermostat is determined primarily by your upbringing, by how much money you saw around you, by how open your environment made you to financial education, by how well you understand how money works and how much of it has flown before you. Take a moment to think about your parents and how openly they talked about money. Was it taboo in your home to discuss money? Did they fight over it because of the lack of it? Well, unconsciously, your life and your environment made you comfortable with a specific amount of money, and your financial thermostat is usually set right above that because that's what you consider safe. This is why, and we're sorry to break it to you, but this is why you're comfortable at your current level of income. The reason you don't earn more is because this is what you've agreed internally is safe for you. You might want and desire more money, but that's not where your financial thermostat is set. For someone whose thermostat is set at $3,000 a month, the sheer idea of earning over $1 million a month is ludicrous. They don't even believe it's possible for someone like them to set their own thermostat that high. But there are people, actually a lot of them, for whom that's their thermostat's default setting. A 2020 verified statistic from the IRS showed that in the United States of America, there are over 23,000 households that earn in excess of $10 million a year. And these numbers are over 4 to 5 years old, pre-inflation. That's ballpark $1 million a month for 23,000 households. That is not a low number. A person gets to these kind of numbers by setting their own internal thermostats high and keeping them there until reality catches up to the financial thermostat setting. Or, to put it more plainly, if your financial thermostat is set to $100,000 a month, you'll behave like someone who earns $100,000 a month. You'll think like someone who earns $100,000 a month, and you'll make decisions as such. Then it's just a matter of time until your reality catches up to your actions. The reality is, most people want to earn more, but behaving like someone who doesn't come naturally to them, and they don't know how to break that mold. And even worse, poor people keep themselves poor by trying to mimic the outcome of rich people instead of the input. So, how does one actually increase their financial thermostat? Well, exposure and proximity are your new best friends. Exposure means the more you see, talk, learn about, discover, read, study, interact with money, the more you understand the flow of money and the more of it you'll be able to capture. Exposure brings understanding. You get to see behind the curtain and understand value and cost. Exposure is knowledge and wisdom, which allows you to not sell yourself short, to price yourself correctly, and remove that earning ceiling. Most people don't even realize they have an earning ceiling. They don't know how to earn more apart from working longer hours because their understanding of money or their financial IQ is low. But the great news is you can manually increase if you choose to, the same way someone who goes to the gym slowly builds muscle. Subscribing to our YouTube channel does exactly that. Every video you watch builds up your financial IQ. And when it comes to proximity, well, proximity means how close you are physically to that money. It's much easier to get rich in Silicon Valley or Zurich than it is in Bastar, India or Gombe, Nigeria. Proximity increases your luck surface area. You're more likely to find resources, tools, knowledge, or the right people to get yourself rich. Physically being around wealth raises your financial thermostat because you see it materialized. This is why people spend $1,000 plus for a 3-hour seminar to hear someone speak at a conference or listen to podcasts with people who've done what you set out to do. Your brain starts to think it's possible since you've seen other people do it. And sometimes, these people are no smarter than you are. Belief and environment play key roles in this equation. The $3,000 a month earner doesn't even believe earning $1 million a month is possible because their environment never showed them proof it could even be done. This is why you've got to choose your friends wisely, okay? If you're running with a group of people who have a better pace than you do, what will happen is you'll improve yours to keep up with them. That's your thermostat adjusting to the new settings. And it's the same with money, Aluxer. If your friends are earning 10 to 20 times what you are now, and you're sitting at the same table, discussing how it all works and sharing insights and resources amongst each other, well, it's just a matter of time before your financial thermostat sinks to theirs. But you have to push your financial boundaries to do this. If you're flying internationally, save up and buy yourself a business class ticket just to see what it's like. If you've been flying economy all your life, look around you in business class and you'll see that all the business class seats are also sold out. Your brain will start to realize there's a completely new reality that people get to experience, and your mind will start juggling in order to figure out how to make this the new normal. Think about what you consume on the daily and what that does to your financial thermostat. Is it making you richer, or is it just keeping you entertained? So cut out some of that fat and replace it with something that you can do daily. Now, in the early days, there weren't that many tools out there specifically designed to increase your financial thermostat, so we defaulted to reading books. A decade later, podcasts are a thing, but they're fairly long and you have to scrape through 3 hours of content for like 15 minutes of gold. Not a bad trade, but not optimal either. So at Alux, we took matters into our own hands and built it for ourselves and people like us. Our team finds business coaches or international experts. We put them in a studio and have them teach us the most valuable things they've learned in their entire lives about money and building a great life. These lessons are recorded and distilled so you get the absolute best of the best in under 15 minutes. The result? We built the only app designed specifically for CEOs, entrepreneurs, top managers, and those who take their financial thermostat seriously. It's called the Alux app, and you can download it by going to Alux.com/app right now. our algorithms match your current goals to a game plan that's been proven to work for people just like you. Every morning when you have your coffee or tea, you put in your headphones and get coached for 15 minutes, and your internal thermostat shifts slightly to the right. This is an app reserved for those who have waited long enough and are ready for that leap. It's not cheap because we've spent millions of dollars on experts getting the kinds of insights you won't find anywhere else. But since you're a subscriber to our YouTube channel, if you scan the QR code on screen right now, you'll get 25% off the yearly plan as our way of saying thank you. So download the app at Alux.com/app and scan the QR code to get that secret discount once the app is on your phone. Once you start increasing your financial thermostat, you'll realize the people around you have theirs set to whatever default setting it came with. Your biggest challenge will be helping your partner elevate theirs. If they don't do this, it'll be like having the AC on and a window open. It just doesn't really work. You'll end up earning more, but they'll still behave and spend with the unconscious setting of getting your lifestyle back to what they deem to be appropriate. It can happen with your spouse, your parents, your siblings, or your friends. Even worse, they'll start relying on you to support their pace of spending. Remember though, a sinking ship can save no one. But once you've taken care of yourself, it's important that you help others to build theirs so that your rising tide can raise all boats. And just out of curiosity, we've got a select audience here on our channel. So we're curious to learn, what was your default financial thermostat set to when you were growing up, and where is it set right now? Let us know in the comments. And since you watched this video until the very end, you've earned yourself a bonus. Your obsession dictates your reality. We became obsessed with building wealth because we grew up without it. Most of the problems we witnessed in our childhood could have been solved by money, so we decided to do something about it. We thought if only we had enough money, our parents would stop fighting and we would finally have enough. Becoming intellectually obsessed with the idea of making money allowed us to go on a journey in the pursuit of answers. What do rich people know that we, and people like us, don't know? It takes the average person 7 years of obsession to go from poverty to wealth. If you're dumb, you can still get there in 10 years, but if you're locked in and got a good head on your shoulders, you will get there sooner. Every time you'll make some progress, you'll hit a plateau, and you won't find escape velocity until you adjust your financial thermostat, which is why we made this video in the first place. Before we end, we want to give you a nugget of gold that has served us incredibly well once we discovered it. You want to build something where success is possible, and incredible, out-of-this-world success is a probability. Pause this video and read that again. Incredible success needs to be one of the options if you get lucky. Here's a personal example, okay? The Alux app is a multi-million-dollar business that will steadily grow as more and more people find out about the app and discover how valuable it is. Tens of millions of dollars, possibly, but there's a chance that if we get everything right, this business could become a billion-dollar business, since, our trademark tagline is the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. So whatever you do in life, Aluxer, make sure you position yourself in such a way where an incredible win is possible if everything plays out great. It takes the same amount of effort to go after small goals as it does to go after big ones. So you might as well think big, right? If the ideas in this video resonated with you, write the word big in the comments. Let's see how many of you got to this point in the video.